There's Daisy. Yeah. She's on pain meds and antibiotics. Apparently, she has an infection up in her tail or a tumor. We haven't figured out which. So, she's on a week of antibiotics and anti inflammatory pain meds. And so, she's doing okay, but she's groggy. She's sleepy, which is fine. We're just laying in bed. A snow squall has begun. It's a severe snowstorm with possible blackout side effects. So my heaters under my camper are running full blast, and it's keeping it just above freezing because the wind gusts are close to 30 miles an hour. 38 degrees, 35 degrees, very close to 32. I have turned on the electric furnace along with my diesel to keep it toasty in here. I could close down my windows completely and seal it off, and it would be warmer in here and I wouldn't use the electric furnace, but since they're blackout curtains, shades with aluminum on one side, I'll get no reception. It's like being in a what's it called, a Pelican briefcase that's aluminum plated. I can't get any reception or anything in here. So I'm leaving a window open so I can watch TV because there's nothing to do. I work tonight and there's no need to go out in this business. I set the diesel up. Hello, cutie. I set the diesel tank up in such a way that my battery operated pump is stationed inside the diesel tank and into the reservoir in the camper. So I can just go out there every 10-20 hours, hit the button, and pump in diesel into the diesel heater reservoir. I've turned off my on-demand water heater and just insulated the container and sealed it up with duct tape because it can't keep up. It's just running through propane, trying to heat the little bit of water that's inside the line. So I just closed up the access for it to be in the severe weather. I think I have a little bit of antifreeze in the lines also in the on-demand water heater. So I'm boiling water because I have to put hot packs on Daisy's hiney because that tail is swollen and that's what the doctor prescribed. So that's what we're doing. I work tonight and the squall will be over at noon. So I keep on thinking I should be doing something, but honestly, it's just hunker down, relax. I'm going to be working a lot this holiday season and let the squall blow over. Getting out in this would just be dangerous. I was going to go to the gym, but it's like not worth it. I'm just going to warm up the truck when it's time to go to work. And it's like negative 16 or something right now outside, negative 10. This is a hard winter. I am not going to sugarcoat it. This is rough. I knew I looked into the numbers. I knew these temperatures were coming, but there's no preparing for this. Like, I'm in Alaska, basically. I'm in Alaskan weather in my camper, and no amount of preparing can resolve every problem that's going to pop up. These kind of temperatures break things, and that's just the bottom line. Being in these temperatures bust everything. Nothing is made for these temperatures. Like, nothing. I mean, it's insane. So I've had 2 family members in the last couple weeks ask me, do you regret coming out here and all this? And I try not to regret anything, like any kind of challenge that I put forth, like nursing or joining the army or anything like that. I don't want to regret doing that. I see the positive in it, and I don't want to regret it. There are a few things in my life that I regret, and I hate regretting. So this is a good learning experience. I mean, and it's an accomplishment, as my sister says, to even to make it. And it is. I'm getting in the truck and driving down the street for a shower, and I don't mind it, honestly. That's not a con. Or if you were talking about pros and cons, it's not a con, is the water is extremely hot. The pressure is great. Nobody else is using it in the campground, so it's just me, and it's this big shower, and the acoustics are great, so I can play music when I'm in there and just run out the hot water heater, which doesn't seem to be possible. So I don't know where they're getting their hot water, but it lasts forever. I don't take a lot of showers. It's too cold. It's risky to get wet in this kind of weather. I'm not kidding. You know, to get home, I put a hat on from the shower. I put a coat on and winter boots to make it from the shower to the house in the truck. My dog has to wear a coat and boots. Like, it is cold out here. It doesn't throw away the idea of me possibly moving someday to South Dakota, but it does throw away the idea of me living in a camper out here. It's possible, but you have to be ever vigilant. You can't just park it and enjoy yourself. It's constant work. I'm constantly looking at the thermometer at the belly of this camper and doing a walk around and seeing what the wind has destroyed. So anyway, I'm in a positive mood, per se. I'm not all wilted and deflated and depressed. It's just, this is hard work, and really there's nothing to do except hunker down and watch movies. Getting outside is dangerous. And besides reading the Bible, reading a book, and cooking my own meals, really there's not much to do. So, and my dog's sick, so she just wants to lay around and get rest. So anyway, this is my report before my holiday season starts and I start picking up shifts and making that overtime and all of that to pay for Daisy's hospital bills. So I may post again. I doubt it. I may. So everyone, Happy New Year. Merry Christmas. The reason of the season. If I were to put out one message, if I'm to die in this winter squall, is, we are without redemption. We are wretched sinners. The penalty of death, for sin is death. It always has been through the years, from the creation of time and human beings to now. There's always been a cost, a penalty for wrongdoings. And it's always been honestly, when you boil it down, blood sacrifice. If you look back, we have always been aware as human beings that there is a penalty, there is a cost. No one is perfect. No one is sinless. If anyone thinks that they're living a sinless life, they are disillusioned, and the truth is not in them. That is biblical. That's a scripture. And so if I were to die today, that would be the message that I give, that Jesus came to pay the penalty for our awful, wretched sins, the ones that we regret and overthink about when we're laying in bed at night by ourselves, the things that we regret and that weigh heavy on our hearts. We are not good. No, not one of us. But Jesus was, and that's what we're celebrating here. He came as a human. He lived a hard, sinless life, and was tortured in a manner that was only reserved for the worst type of people back in the age of the Romans. The Romans basically ruling most of the world. And he did that to pay for a price that you couldn't pay, that you couldn't afford. And I'm so thankful for baby Jesus coming to earth and for the sacrifice of Jesus Christ and his life for ours. So, if you're wondering about the meaning of Christmas, there it is. It's a little more gruesome than the tinsel and ornaments lead us to believe. But when I say Merry Christmas, I do hope that it's merry, but I also hope that you recall what was born into this world at Christmas time, and the reason why. So, Merry Christmas. God bless you guys. Have a great holiday season. Bye.